Hey there, welcome to today's explainer. I'm going to be your teacher today, and you, well, you're my star primary 7 candidate. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive right into this. We are looking at a seriously important topic for your primary leaving examinations, operations on fractions. We're going to absolutely master addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We'll look at proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions, and even how to apply BODMAS rules to those super complex mathematical statements. I'm going to break all of this down for you in the simplest English possible. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's get started. So, here is our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with a quick welcome to fractions, then we'll tackle adding and subtracting. After that, we'll move right into multiplying, then dividing, and finally, we'll see how you'll actually use all these fractions in real life. All right, Section 1. Welcome to fractions, where we'll be understanding the parts of a whole. So, let me ask you a question. What actually is a fraction? I want you to imagine cutting up a whole object, like, say, a huge, delicious piece of sugarcane, or a nice warm chapati, into parts of different sizes. Those individual parts, those are your fractions. But here's the big question. What happens when we try to put together fraction parts that have different denominators? Remember, the denominator is that bottom number. It tells us exactly how many pieces make up the whole thing. If you've got one piece that's a half and another piece that's a third, well, they just aren't the same size, are they? So how on earth can we possibly add them together? To solve this exact problem, we pull out a very special tool, the LCM, or lowest common multiple. Now, what is it? Simply put, it's the smallest number that both of your bottom numbers can multiply into. Think of the LCM like a secret master key. It unlocks the whole problem by helping us cut those different sized pieces into brand new, smaller pieces that are all exactly the same size. And once those bottom numbers, your denominators, match perfectly, the math becomes so incredibly easy. Moving on to Section 2, adding and subtracting, which is all about finding common ground. Let's jump into our first set of operations. Here's how you do it. Step 1, find the lowest common multiple of those bottom numbers. Step 2, make equivalent fractions. You do this by asking yourself, okay, what did I multiply the old denominator by to get the LCM? Then you just multiply the top number by that exact same amount. Boom. Step 3, add or subtract the top numbers, the numerators. So here's the absolutely crucial point to remember. You only ever add or subtract the top numbers. You never ever add the bottom numbers. And hey, if you get hit with a complex statement that has both addition and subtraction, just remember your BODMAS rules. Always, always do the addition before the subtraction. Listen up, because I've got a secret for your PLE exams right here. This is the teacher's golden rule, pulled straight from the syllabus. To add or subtract fractions with different denominators, the knowledge of equivalent fractions and multiples is applied. Guys, if you remember your multiples and you remember how to make equivalent fractions, you will literally never fail an addition or subtraction question in your PLE. Read it, understand it, and lock it in your brain. All right, Section 3, multiplying fractions. Let's combine the parts. Okay, here's my next question for you. How do we multiply a fraction by a natural number, or even by another proper fraction? Think about it for a second. Are the rules going to be the exact same as addition? Do we need to go hunting for the LCM again? Nope, the answer is a big no. Multiplication is actually way simpler than addition, but you do have to know the mechanics of how it works. See, when you're multiplying a fraction by a natural whole number like a 2 or a 5, you literally just multiply the top number by that whole number. The bottom number stays exactly the same. Easy, right? But what about multiplying two proper fractions together? It is brilliantly simple. Top by top, bottom by bottom. You multiply the two numerators together to get your new top number, and you multiply the two denominators together to get your new bottom number. Oh, and here is a pro tip for you. If you are ever dealing with mixed fractions, always change them into improper fractions first. Just multiply the whole number by the bottom number, add the top number, and keep the denominator the same. Once you do that, you're totally ready to multiply. Which brings us to Section 4, dividing fractions. It's all about sharing the pieces. Now we reach division. I know division can look a little scary at first, but I have a question for you. What is the trick to dividing proper fractions by other proper fractions? Seriously, there is a very special trick that connects division directly back to the multiplication we literally just learned. Any guesses on what it is? Okay, here's the trick. We just change that division sign into a multiplication sign, and we turn the second fraction completely upside down. It's that easy. Now, there are a few essential division skills you really must practice: dividing proper fractions by proper fractions, dividing fractions by natural numbers, and dividing natural numbers by fractions. For all of these, reading the mathematical statement correctly is absolutely key. And remember, in your exams, they love to throw a curveball. You might get a complex statement with multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction all mixed into one crazy problem. What do? You apply BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Always follow that order and you'll get the right answer every single time. And finally, Section 5, Fractions in Real Life. This is how we use math every single day. So, why are we actually learning all this? Is it just to pass an exam? No way. Think about it. How do we use fractions, proportions, and percentages to solve real-world problems? Imagine you're at home and you have to share some food evenly among your siblings. Or maybe you're measuring out materials to build something in the yard. Guess what? You are using fractions. Here is exactly how it all connects out there in the real world. For addition and subtraction, the application is literally putting together or taking away cut parts of a whole object. Like if you have half a jerrycan of water and you add a quarter jerrycan to it, you are adding fractions. For multiplication, it's all about scaling proportions and percentages. Say a recipe for a cake needs half a kilogram of sugar, but you want to bake 3 cakes for a party. What do? You multiply. And let's not forget decimals, which, remember, are just another way of writing fractions. You use them all the time when rounding off numbers, dealing with money, or measuring exact lengths. So, look at what we've covered. We tackled addition with LCMs, multiplying top by top, dividing by flipping the fraction, and using BODMAS for those tricky complex statements. You've got this. Now I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. How will you look for and actually use fractions in your own home today? Will you notice the fractions when you sit down to share a meal? Will you see them when you check the time on a clock? Mathematics is literally everywhere around you. Keep practicing, keep observing, and I promise you, you will absolutely conquer your PLE. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and happy studying.